Okay. Okay.
Well, good evening, everyone. We had a busy week last week. Um, really prayed for you guys in Texas, of course, and then Florida. Glad everybody made it through. That's some pretty scary stuff come through. Um, we did miss, I see Matthew Johnson from Florida on. Really missed you guys at the men's retreat. We had a really good time. They chose not, we really didn't talk anything business at this retreat. It was all getting closer to God and being warriors for yourself and the family. And we'll hear quite a bit about that with the other Matthew Johnson I was able to meet. Pretty funny story I wrote down with Ryan, and I talked to Matthew Johnson, the Florida, and, he said he couldn't go. We felt pretty bad, and Ryan goes, "Oh, Matthew Johnson's there already. He's waiting for us." I'm like, wait a minute. Last I heard, he wasn't going, so I messaged him, and of course he said, "No, you got bad information." And I get down there, and I meet Matthew Johnson, Minnesota, and both truly great men. I guess they had met each other before. I had never met Minnesota. Matthew, we'll call him. So we had a really good time. We've asked Matthew and his wife Shannon to join us. He can tell us what city he's from, and if he wants you guys want to introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit of your story and how you got into It Works, we'd appreciate that.
Awesome.
Well, great. Well, first of all, thank you, Tracy, for inviting us on here, and thank you. Is it Melissa that's recording that? I appreciate that too. Thank you guys for putting in the time here, and it's just going to be pretty amazing. We're very blessed to be able to do what we have with the amount of mouths we have around here, and yeah, we'll just go ahead and just jump into our story. It's for us, it's for a long time we didn't even think we had a story, and I think a lot of us can relate to that. If you're a newer distributor on here, sometimes we kind of get caught in, and we shared our
upline story.
Yeah,
when we started the business.
We thought we didn't have a story, and then once somebody had said to us, "Gosh, your story really moves us," we kind of looked at each other, and it I don't know, it was really eye and mind opening. As we go through our lives, a lot of times we don't think we're a person that can help or change other people's lives, and just because we're who we are, that was probably one of the first moments that I really knew that this was going to be pretty amazing here. But
yeah,
go ahead.
So how we started. So we have 6 kids.
This is my wife Shannon Johnson, anyways, and I am Matthew Johnson. We are from Rochester, Minnesota, Tracy, and Southeast Minnesota. So right down here in this beautiful little part. But so that's where we're from, and we've been with the business for a year and a half. Coming on 2 years, so it's been pretty amazing.
It's been an amazing journey. So yeah, I'll kind of go back to, when I first started the business. I had originally started this business, it would have been about 4 years ago. And, I worked at Chester's Kitchen and Bar. I was a waitress there, and my manager there was so excited about the products that she had her hands on. And, she shared that with me. She's like, "Shannon, you got to do this with me." And I'm like, "Okay, what do I got to do?" So I ended up, she's like, "It's just $99. Let's sign you up." So I signed up, and I literally made every excuse in the book why not to show up for meetings, why not to work my business, why not to post. I posted maybe once or twice a week, and I'm like, that's good. Nobody's liking my stuff. I'm like, well, this is crap. I really had that in my head that I just didn't have time, and I did not put any effort into my business. And I was so worried about what other people thought of me, because I had so many, negative people. But yeah, I've realized now, those people don't pay my bills. They're not home with my children. So let's fast forward, 3 years later, I was doing, my old manager's hair. She actually retired from being my manager just 3 months into this business. She hit triple diamond. So she's still a triple diamond at this time. And I was doing her hair one day, and she's like, venting to her about, you know, how we just didn't have enough money for bills. We needed to make some extra money. Matt and I are always arguing because he's always working. I'm always working. And just, we were literally just getting by, you know, living paycheck to paycheck. And I was super frustrated with that.
I think a lot of us can relate to that right there. You know, I'm going to just pause for a moment right there. And, you know, in our story there, I think so many of us can relate to that. Not having time. Friends, we have 6 children here. We have 6 beautiful kids, 11 down to 2. Our time is so darn precious. And, you know, before this business, we just gave up that time. You know, we put a price tag on what people would pay us for our time. And, gosh, has that just been a, you know, something that's, you know, it's just something you don't need. And we weren't having that time. So,
yeah. So, you know, I told her I would think about it, and then I brought it up to Matt's attention. I'm like, what do you think about us getting back into It Works? Like, he didn't even know that I did it the first time. Like, he had, you know, I had talked about it after I had stopped doing it, which I never really did it.
I'd seen some things laying around the house, you know, I never even.
Some wraps and this, and then some people were coming over to buy wraps. I'd sell them for like $10 a wrap just to get rid of them. But yeah, so I asked him, I'm like, well, what do you think about us doing this? You know, and he's like, well, Shannon, if you're actually going to do it, he goes, sure. You know, and he did a lot of research about the business, about network marketing. And yeah, he's like, let's do it. So, you know, my upline, she ended up calling me. She was consistent with me because I wouldn't have just called her and said, okay, let's do this. She messaged me one morning and goes, Shannon, it's the last day of, you know, if you sign up as a distributor, you're going to get a free box of wraps in your kit. So I'm like, okay, let's do it. Well, she signed me up at 9:10 a.m. So I missed the cutoff for the free box of wraps, but I still signed up. So that's awesome. And, you know, I sat down, she told me, you know, make your 100 list. And I, you know, I watched some YouTube videos and I'm like, if I'm going to do this, I want to be successful. I'm going to go all the way, balls to the walls. Like, we're going to do this. And I watched a bunch of YouTube videos on how to be the most successful in It Works. Actually, one of Tiffany Herr's videos really caught my eye. And I literally just followed what she said to do.
Well, was it how to be what?
It was how to go double diamond in 30 days.
If you guys haven't watched that, I think you can check it out on
video.
YouTube. You know what's, you know, those videos like that, those intense videos, watch some of them
Take
videos.
Notes.
You know, those people, I tell you, they busted their butt for that, you know, and sometimes, I mean, you might watch it and take one little piece of that, but that one little piece that you take from that YouTube could change your whole complete business, guys. You know, it's not about taking so much out of something when you go to that, and I'll get into that a little bit later about the retreat, but it's not about going and overwhelming yourself. When you're watching a video or when you're reading a book, really just concentrate and take bits and pieces out of it and then break down that bits and piece and make the best out of it. I tell you, and it will change your business. It will take your business to the, you know, it will. So, yeah.
So, yeah, you know, and then we were just super excited. We were super excited about it. People saw that. You know, I started posting immediately on social media about how excited I was for this new opportunity. And I was going to work and people were asking me about it. And they were like, so what's this $1,000 bonus? And I'm like, yeah, I'm about to hit it. Was I really? No, I just started. But I had it in my mindset I was going to get it. So other people overheard that, what, you're going to get a $1,000 bonus and you just started 4 days ago? I'm like, heck yeah. You know, I was just so excited. And then they joined me. And then these people joined me. And then, you know, 2 weeks, we ended up hitting Ruby. We hit Emerald in our first month. We ended up getting a $3,000 bonus. Yep. And the Ruby $1,000 bonus. And then we hit Diamond in our second month. So 2 months, and then we got a $20,000 good bonus.
And that's when I signed on as a distributor.
Yep, and then we signed him up.
Yeah.
So it's just amazing.
And you know, my journey's been a little bit different coming in, and how I got, you know, I feel that It Works coming to my life, you know, along with me and my my addiction and my struggles with that part of me. Guys, I'll warn you, I'm an emotional talker here, so you know, if you got to get napkins, get some napkins, because you know, we're gonna get real here. We're gonna get raw. We're gonna get real. And you know, the Lord brought me to It Works through so many different steps in my life that I did not even know. before my sobriety, friends, I wouldn't be doing something like this, let alone did I know what I was going to have, a beautiful wife and beautiful 2 kids. The Lord has worked some complete and utter magic on me, and he has put a fire in me. And I come through Christ again when I was in through Minnesota teen and adult challenge. And, I pack a punch. I still do some speaking for some guys, because there's a lot of guys out there that we hold that in, and we try to be that tougher, better. We think we're doing better for ourselves. But I tell you, when you let that out, and when you show the world and you give that vulnerability and that raw emotion, I tell you what, it's real and it's good. And I tell you, it's and through that, I started to connect with guys, and so many gentlemen, I didn't realize I could really help them out. And from that, then this was presented to us, and now through this here, how many other lives I've been able to touch down just through this business, the gift that was given to us by this woman,
And it's crazy, going back to when we started this time around. I was never really big into the Lord, when we started. Like Matt has really drawn me to God, and I never prayed a lot. And I'm not kidding you. That week that we started this business, I was praying and praying and praying for something to come along, and then this came along. So
Shannon has found her faith. Some people think that's kind of goofy how people can find their faith through a business. That's an amazing thing that we have, friends, is we have a business that you can truly find your faith, and you can find that rock and that solid. And he's definitely guiding every one of us. And through my journeys, anyways, I was kind of guided that way to this business, and it was pretty awesome. So. And now we're able to change how many other lives and how many different countries. And so, yes, that's kind of our journey there a little bit there, Tracy. So thank you guys for listening there.
All right. Very good. We're glad you guys found each other and this business and the Lord.
Yeah, thank you.
Just coming back from the men's retreat, what's the biggest thing you brought home from that, Matt?
Oh, what I got out of this, I even took some notes here. I was a little bit prepared for this. That question to me is, like I just said, boy, it was quite overwhelming. It was, there was multiple moments, there was multiple things. There's multiple times when grown men that have never met each other were sharing tears. At those moments, did I know I was at the right spot, the right place, at the right time in my life? I knew I was on my blueprint. I knew I was on my walk when I was in that group of men looking around, and Chad Kneller's introducing us to Lonnie, and just so much fellowship. I tell you what, that's something else. I really took a lot out of that, for so many men to have their guards down, to just be out there for each one of us to pick out their brain, so to speak, and connecting with people like yourself, Tracy, and so many other gentlemen I couldn't even name here tonight,
I think
and those are the moments that we're going to think of when I'm down the road, and when my life is in struggle, when this business is in struggle. I'm going to come back to those moments, those memories. And
all right. I think that was supposed to be a secret that we actually cry at the men's retreat. We're supposed to be warriors and manly, right?
Yeah.
And going on with that, what you want to start telling us about the Bible study the men's got going right now?
Sure. Like I said, the Lord has really blessed me with, I've been having a passion for being drawn to ministry and all sorts of, from speaking to and anyway. So I've been blessed to lead about 10 to 12 gentlemen through Every Man a Warrior. Here's the book is right here. It's a 9-month study. It's a really in-depth study. A really in-depth study. The gentlemen that are in this here, we really have to be, we're in it all in. We are in it all in, and it's something that we are really, what it is just, we really want to become better fathers and better husbands, better friends, and we just want to become, right there with the Lord too. And Lonnie Berger created this book here. I want to give a shout out to Lonnie, guys. If you're able to connect with Lonnie or you want to read up on Lonnie Berger, an amazing guy. You know, the book that he was able to, the stuff that he's sharing with us through this one ministry book here is quite amazing. And, you know, it's been proven that it works, you know. And why it works is because it's completely it's all with the Lord. And then it goes on to the next book is marriage and raising children. So there's quite some of us that are just starting the first one, and then there's another group that's already in the book too. And then there is a third book, and that's money, sex, work, hard times, and making life count. You know, and these are real things, you know. And like I said, they really did some studies and tests with this. I'm truly excited to be able to share this with you guys. And our 2-year-old is really getting active here, so I'll forewarn you. But yeah, I just can't wait to share that with you guys. And you know, I've been blessed to be able to do that. So.
All right, that was quite the story Lonnie had when he was talking to us. I don't think there was many dries in that whole room that night he was there.
Oh gosh, I know.
He's telling the story about his wife, that was just truly that he's the best warrior I've ever met right there.
He never walked away from her, never left her alone. You know, his wife had some pretty bad mental illness, we'll just say, and to the point of from a horrible childhood and wanted nothing to do with her husband. And you know, he sat there by her side while she was losing that, and never once did he leave her, and never once did he do that, you know. And you know, and that's just a good example, like Lonnie said, guys. If there's some gentlemen on here, you know, make sure you're holding your wife. If you're married, make sure you're holding your wife as your queen. You know, make sure that's what you're doing. You know, because if you're not giving your all to your wife, you know, the Lord's probably not going to be giving His all to you. You know, and you know, it's kind of a harsh words to be saying that, but it's very true. You know, I'm not on here to be harsh, but I'm on here to be real. And guys, that's what's real. You know, we're real and we're men, and that's what we're meant to be doing. It's not meant to just be bringing in money. We're not meant just to be giving discipline. We're not meant just to be men. We have so much more than that, and our wives do so much for us that make sure that you're giving them thanks and praise on the highest, like it should be. So,
yeah, it was truly amazing. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You guys, I know we've got people on here from all over the place. This is a kind of question both of you. What's your favorite way of blitzing?
Ooh,
Come on, Blitz King.
Do you guys know my website is blitzking.myworks?
Matthew talks to everybody. I'm not kidding you. We go anywhere. I have to like drag him out of a store because he will not stop talking to people.
Well, the way I look at it is this here, friends. We have a gift, right? We have an opportunity. Why can't I change that person's life? Why can't I just go up and offer that person right there an opportunity that's going to better their life, better their children, and they don't even know it? That's the best thing about it. It's like a boom. And when that person turns around and I connect with that person, they see that emotion. And, you know, and I don't just jump all over them like a hot Tasmanian devil. You know, I really pinpoint them. In that matter of minutes, I have pinpointed the personality of that woman, that man, by looking at whatever's going on with that aura of them. And if you got to be able to incorporate that with that. You got to be able to go out, pinpoint, that's a green, she's a red. Do you know what I mean? Look at, she could use help. She's, you know, pinpoint. Maybe it's just a product you want to offer that person. Have that pinpointed and go after it. Don't be shy. The best thing about the business we have is we can share it with anybody, from the products to the business.
And then one thing I do want to, you know, touch base with is when you are talking to somebody, always make sure that you're adding them on Facebook. Get them as a friend, because if you don't get their contact information, whether it's them sending you a text and you letting them know, you know, hey, if you send me a text message, I'm going to put you in a drawing for a free wrap if you send me it within the next 5 minutes. Because then you have their contact information. Or, you know, I always say, hey, you know, don't make it awkward, guys. You cannot make it awkward. Just, you know, hey, do you have Facebook? You know, I would love to connect with you on there. And then most people are like, yes, I do. And then I'm just like, okay, I'll have them add me or I'll add them, whichever. But if you do not get their contact information, it's a failed blitz. It is a failed blitz.
You know, and that sometimes people take that harshly, and friends, don't take that harshly. We're just trying to help you guys. If you're not getting a connecting number, you're not adding them on Facebook, truly, why are you talking to them?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to bump into them again?
No.
Who knows?
Unless they work somewhere.
Now what you did, this is what happens. So if you give somebody something and you don't give them a contact information, what are they going to do? The first thing they see is somebody on Facebook with It Works, right? Bam, they're going to call that person because they don't have a contact. And now you've maybe given them a sample. So you got to have that on there. And see this here, this is my trick. This is my trick. I can go to the mall. I can go anywhere, to the gas station. You see these bad boys right here? And maybe some of you guys do that. What I have in my hand is coupons. Coupons to some amazing products. That's how I present my Blitz cards. These are not just Blitz cards. Hey, have you heard of the wrap thing? I never, ever, ever say that when I present one of my cards. I always say, hey, ma'am, hey, would you like a coupon? Here's a coupon to my company. It's 40% off. I think you're really going to love some products on here. Go ahead, check out my website and check that out and get back to me. I have a number with my name. I'll stick it right on these. And that's how I present that to everybody. I'll go to in the middle of a group of women at a store, Walmart, Target, because coupons, everybody loves coupons. Big families, we love coupons, man. We love them. So I'll pinpoint a whole corral of women, right?
He does.
Sneak up on in there and be like, I'll pinpoint one of them. I'll pinpoint the one that's going to hand her the card and say, hey, ma'am, here. You know, I think you're really going to love this. There's some awesome products on here. Here's a 40% coupon, 40% off. Go ahead and check it out. And about 2 steps, you hear them talking. I turn around and I got some for everybody. And what that does is it gets a little bit of humor. You're already and so you already are in their mind as a person. You've really connected with them at one moment, and they're going to remember you when you get home. They're going to go check that out. And so I handed out all 8 of them one of my Blitz cards to that whole group, just like that, in a matter of 1 minute. Awesome. Coupons.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then, wearing your It Works clothes too.
Oh, yeah.
You guys want to, brand yourself. When I go into the tanning salon, they're like, oh my gosh, does that hair, skin, and nails really work? Well, that just opened up a conversation because I'm wearing my clothes. People ask you about it, like, oh, what is that? I hear it all the time. I literally don't think I ever walk out of this house without an It Works outfit on.
We don't.
Whether it's my yoga pants, whether it's a shirt, anything, my bracelets, like I'm constantly wearing It Works clothes. If you don't have It Works clothes, get some.
Yep. That's good. I mean, we figured we got by clothes anyway, so we even bought our kids their Christmas presents for It Works clothes.
Yeah. That's what my son wanted for his birthday present.
Yeah.
Can I please get an It Works shirt? Well, I'm like,
right. Are you guys willing to take some questions from the group of us?
yeah,
sure.
we'd love to.
All right. We got a few of them coming in.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome.
The first one is Matt. Do you create a friendship first, or right off the bat offer the opportunity?
When I'm when I am blitzing, I usually, if I have the cards, I'm just doing. I don't even say nothing about really anything. I wait for them to kind of get back to me. Now, if I'm pinpointing a product, I'll kind of I'll always create a conversation with them. I'm very personable. Mm-hmm. And I think personability or being personable is so crucial. And ultimately, friends, that doesn't mean you have to be the best looking, the best talking, the best this, the best that, the best that. A lot of us get that in their mind. You don't have to be. All you have to be is yourself. Mm-hmm. Who asked the question?
Who's Ryan?
That was from Ryan.
Ryan. And so, Ryan, my suggestion to you is, man, be yourself. People want to buy into you and not the business. And when you're being yourself, even if it's out there, if you've pinpointed that person, Ryan, like that gentleman, you've seen him maybe buy an energy drink, go up to him and kind of, create that little conversation, say, hey, I seen you were buying an energy drink. there, you know, gosh, I got some awesome energy drinks here. Would you be open to trying one? I love the phrase, Ryan, would you be open to? Would you be open to? And you can utilize that a lot of different ways, Ryan, and I hope that answers your question for you.
And then for me, you know, what was I going to say? I had something on my mind. I don't know. I can't remember what I was going to say. Sorry.
Questions.
Okay. I know Melissa said she had a bunch of questions, so we'll probably just let her unmute herself as
You them off.
ask away.
Yeah. So my questions are, so we didn't hear your rank and then where you're from. I didn't hear that part.
Okay.
And then it doesn't matter to me, but I know like my team kind of, you know, they see some people I don't think realize, you know, rank doesn't mean anything as opposed to leadership. It doesn't, you know, you can be an ambassador and maybe not the best leader. So I just thought we'd put that out there for them.
I love that, Melissa. And I really love that you touched on that point about that leadership, because in this business, you know, a lot of times that's what happens. And my wife is go ahead, Shannon.
So I am a diamond.
Okay.
I'm box for triple.
Awesome.
So I'm pushing.
Awesome.
And I'm an emerald. We're right underneath her. You know, we are very proud of that. We are very passionate. You know, we've been married this past year and six kids. We think we're on a really, really great pace. And for us, we really realized that the amount of lives that we can actually touch, and like she said, we run like we are ambassadors.
I feel like I'm a
I always tell people that. I'm like, hey, you know, when you're posting, when you're talking to someone, when you're doing a meeting, when you're doing a call, when you're doing a party pad, when you're wrapping someone, you are an ambassador diamond and you're going to talk like it. You own it. Just like you said, I'm getting that $1,000 bonus. Like, you own it. Like, I am a badass, okay? You know? So you're diamonds. And so for everybody that doesn't know that, an average diamond makes just under $2,000 a month in commission. Some make more, some make less. So as a couple with 6 children, what types of freedoms did that money allow you guys?
Well,
I'll let my princess go first.
Gosh, it was, just crazy.
We have different things that opened up in our lives. So I'll let her touch on what.
Well, when we first, when we hit diamond and I saw my paycheck, I literally about lost it. Like, I know money isn't everything, but holy buckets, I was like, are you kidding me? Like, this is what diamonds make. Like when I saw my first paycheck, guys, it was $35. My first check was $35. I signed January 20th of 2016.
Yeah.
Yep, 2016. My first paycheck was $35. And yeah, when we hit diamond, it opened up so many things. You know, Matt was home for a year, literally home for a year, and then he just actually went back to doing some concrete work.
And so if some of you don't know kind of how she did touch base on how much that makes, but what also, guys, when you run to diamond, that opens so much more of the compensation plan. It opens so many more things. It is completely mind-blowing, guys. Run to diamond. You can thank us later.
Yep. And building that business on your own is pretty incredible when you think about how many people that you personally enroll and how many, just with the cab bonuses, and it's just incredible, and I'm a mass enroller. I enroll a lot of distributors. But yeah, we ended up getting married. Gosh, he proposed. So we started the business January, and then we hit diamond the end of March. He proposed to me in April. We got married in September 3rd of last year. We got married. So, it's just opened up so many doors, and we're so blessed. And, we've lost a lot of people in the business, and we've made some amazing new friends, and that's okay. I think I've really realized, don't get too attached with people that join your business, because those people might not be, the person that gets you to diamond won't get you to double diamond. Like, it might not, it might, but
you just have to be prepared.
Yep.
You know, I have to be prepared for anything. And so, you know, all of our best friends are through the business. You know, I don't want people to think it that way, you know, but all of our best friends are through the business, you know. But for me, so I've been able to coach my son, my oldest son, the last 3 years. I've been able to coach his football, and that's one thing for me that was really hard as a guy that worked 7 days a week, sun up to sundown. That was one thing I was missing, guys. I missed the first couple years of my son's life because I was always working. You know, I'd never seen him. And in the last 3 years, boy, I've been able to have such an impact on that little guy's life. I tell you what, I will not trade this for the world. I will not trade it. Not trade it. I hit 39 here a couple weeks ago, the week of the men's retreat. I hit 39. Had my first anniversary. Been able to be there with my kids, coach football, do some vacations if we want. Tell you what, that right there, that's what opens it up. Man, it's such if you could share the vision of what this business can do for you, for those of you that don't have that vision, that you are made for so much more, man. You are made for so much more. Have that vision. Take that time. Take that time, like we said down at the men's retreat. Just take that moment. Take that moment. Be silent. Be still. You know, listen for that voice. Listen for that calling. I tell you, when you find that vision, friends, you are going to rock this business because this business is amazing. Oh, and we are filled with amazing people, you know. Tough stuff. I could go on. I better stop.
Okay, so I have 2 questions that popped up as you guys were talking. Sorry, Tracy.
No, go ahead.
So you talked about you could do it either way. You know, losing people in your business. I would say from my diamond chart, when I went diamond, I would say maybe 3 are still active distributors, and it takes 24 people to go diamond, and I don't even want to know what it takes to go triple diamond, but we did it with just the 3 people that were still in our business. So what is your suggestion to people that feel like, you know, my team's not working and my team keeps quitting? That's my first question. What's your suggestion to keep them, 1, motivated, and 2, help them with that vision? And then my next question is, and this might be a long explanation, but what does a daily income producing activity type of day look like to you? Like, what are the income producing activities you're taking on a daily basis to work your business?
Okay.
And you can answer either one first.
So, you know, I feel like you can't really motivate people. Like, they have to have it in them.
How's that saying, though? You can what? You can lead a horse to water,
but you can't make them drink.
You know, and that's very true. Go ahead, Louis.
So, you know, you can't motivate them, but what you can do is you can inspire them by what you do. They're going to see you take an action, and they're going to want that. You know, sorry. You know, yeah, just by what you're doing. Like, who cares about what your team is doing? Obviously, be there for them. I reach out to my team every single day. I have group chats. I have, you know, my team page, and I'm constantly posting in there. And, you know, just like, I do power hours for my team. You know, we just started that every single night. Last week I started that, and I just feel like whoever is gonna show up, you know, at least they know that I'm there for them. You know, just yeah. I don't know. What do you think, babe?
Well, first of all, I think for those of you that are at that point that have maybe lost a couple people, our 2-year-old, I think he gets more excited as the night gets closer to bedtime. I don't know.
Sorry, guys, I was
Does
losing my
anybody else
train of
have
thought.
kids that do that?
No, it's totally fine. My husband just took my kids on a bike ride because it's like, you know, they're precious all day, and you get on the phone and they're like, right. It's rock and roll time. You're like, okay, no.
So for those of you that are at that point, you know, my tip for you is to, you know, do you guys have your why written down? Do you have your why actually written down? You know, be honest. I can show you my mirror right here. If I turn this around, written on my big mirror, it says confidence on one corner, determination across that other, across the middle it says make the uncommon common and the impossible possible. I'm going to show you guys before. And then underneath I got goals, love, dreams, family. And then upstairs in my room in my mirror, I got Post-its all over the place, guys. Do you see, is there something different of what I'm doing and what you guys are doing? The ones of you that might be, you know, is there maybe one thing? You know, and so we can look a lot of places, but I believe that each one of us are given the tools and everything we need. It is truly up to the individual to either, if it's a fear, if it's something worrying about whatever somebody's saying, if it's just whatever it is, that person solely get it out and get going, you know, and we here as all of us here on here, we love to give advice and tips and all of that is worth nothing if you're not going to entail it, if you're not going to get plugged into the business. Guys, get plugged in and take your business to another level. And to the second part of it.
And you know, one more I want to touch base about, you know, keeping your team motivated.
Yeah.
Staying in touch with them every single day.
Huge.
You know, be messaging them. The minute that you don't talk to them for a week, they don't even care about this business. They're like, what business? Like,
I tell you, you want to talk about
they lose that fire, you know, and I think us as leaders, like, you know, it's contagious, guys. It's so contagious. So if they see how excited you are about it, that's going to, you know, fuel their fire. So really just staying connected and, you know, doing those, you know, power hours with them, maybe, you know, getting together, doing some one-on-ones. I think that's huge. It's so huge.
We do potlucks, you know, we ended up.
I used to do, when we first started the business, for the first couple months, we did a team meeting every single Friday.
Took our business to another level.
It was it was crazy. I mean, there was 30 people here. You know, sometimes there was only 10, but we did them. We were consistent with them. And then I realized the minute we stopped doing that, people started leaving.
They did.
They did.
They did. And that's right when things start to kind of, you know, hover.
We really need to look back and be like, well, what worked when we were doing good, you know? And sometimes we even have to think about that. Like, well, how did we get to diamond? What can we do better? What were we doing then that we aren't doing now? And then just, you know, we can't overthink things. We got to keep things, you know, simple. Don't overcomplicate.
What was the second part?
What was the second part of that question?
Well, that one, just, you know, and how, like, just maybe a few encouraging words as to, you know, those people that get discouraged when their team, I know, like, for me, I notice that when people are discouraged that their team isn't working, it's usually because they aren't as well. And people will say, well, nobody's on my team page and nobody's paying attention in my team chats and nobody's posting. And I'm like, but you aren't doing that either. You're not on your leaders page. You're not showing up to parties. You're not hosting parties. You're not paying attention in the chats, you know? So how would you, you know, say, listen, like, you know, some encouraging words about people are going to leave, you know, like people leave jobs.
Right.
You know, like
this business is not for everyone. Some people join this business thinking that something's going to happen overnight. And if you're on here right now and you're thinking something's going to happen overnight without you putting in the work, let me be the first to tell you, you know, you might want to jump off right now. You know, if you're not going to put the work in, if you're going to.
And that's not just this business, that's life. Sorry, guys. Like, welcome to life.
Yeah, you know, if you're not wanting to put the work in to better your life, well, then you're probably going to stay where you are. Mm-hmm. And you know, and Melissa and Shannon and I and Tracy, we're not trying to be harsh by saying that. And sometimes I believe as leaders, we struggle for that happy medium. You know, we want to give that push and that advice. Yeah, we don't want to come off kind of rude. And so it's kind of a really, you know, we do a lot. We do a lot for our distributors, and some of them are very appreciative, some of them not so much. But you know what? We still put it into every one of them. You know, we try to put it in 100%. And if they want to take it.
It takes one person, guys. It takes one person. That could be that one person that you didn't follow up with.
Yep.
Keep that in mind.
Yep.
That one person.
Everybody's timing is different with this as well. And that's what it takes. Is what we do is we reach out to our distributors, and we sit down and we have a conversation with them. Maybe we would take them out for a coffee. Maybe we take them out for a supper with their husband, and we sit them down and we let them know, hey, this is what we got going on. You know, I know this last month you've been kind of wishy-washy. You know, are you in it? And we wait for that response. You can read a person, right? You can read a person. If a person responds to that, if I come to you and I say, hey, Melissa, you know, Shannon and I, we're ready to hit triple. Are you willing to push for double? You're almost there. And if Melissa goes, yeah. You know, from that emotion right there, what do you think Melissa is, in or out? She's out. Yep. Now let's do this. Now, if hey, Melissa, you know, Shannon and I are going to be pushing for triple here. You know, you're really close to double. What do you think we're in? And she jumps up and she gives me a high five and she says, yeah, baby. What do you think? I bet we're going double. We're going triple, right? That's what it takes. And you have to go through your distributors, friends. And, you know, timing's everything. Some people might have a lot going on in their life right now where, you know, they want it, but the timing of their life is not allowing that to happen. Now, next guy here, you may have not thought this next guy was, but you reached out to him and he says, yeah, man, I'm all in. And you never thought about that. But because you reached out to every one of your distributors and you gave them the time.
I even reach out to distributors that I signed a year ago that haven't done anything and they're still active distributors, and I'll message them and be like, you know, I understand life gets in the way. You know, are you ready to rock this business? Are you ready to make some extra money with me? You know, I just want to let you know that I'm here to help you if you want this. And then they'll message me back. You know, I just had a girl message me back. She hasn't done anything. You know, we built her to Ruby. And she's like, you know, I'm ready to go full force with this. I'm like, that's freaking awesome. You know, you never know when they're ready. And
so don't give up on them.
Yeah, don't give up on them at all.
I like your enthusiasm point, like being in, like, it's funny how people, mass enrollers can enroll people from just simply enthusiasm, because like you said, like, who are you going to believe? Who do you think is going to run? That's like that when you're talking to potential distributors too. If you're like, yeah, you know, like I do this thing and like, you know, I just do this thing, you know, and it is whatever. And like, you know, yeah, sometimes, you know, whatever. You know, but if you're like, oh my God, like this is awesome. Like I got to stay at home with my kids for 3 years. We, you know, bought a boat, we paid off debt, you know, like seriously, everyone should be doing this. And then people are like, oh my God, sign me up. And I, you know, sometimes I have people call me the next day. They're like, I don't even know what I signed up for, but you were just so excited. But yeah, you have to have enthusiasm. But I did, my last part of the question was about income producing activities. Like, what are your daily habits?
So for my, it starts right off the bat. I watch, guys, if you're not connected, I'm gonna shoot you a name here if you got your pens ready, okay? Bob
Heilig.
I
absolutely love his videos.
So he is a
network marketing.
Yes, he's kind of your virtual upline. So his how to spell his name is BOBHEILIG.
Yep. So Bob Heilig.
And so I start my day out with a lot of his videos, and I kind of take my notes from that video in the morning, because I have it going while I'm doing my coffee. Mind you, I'm getting up at 5:30 in the morning, friends. Right after I poured concrete every day, plus 6 kids. You know, I rock it. I love the energy that this business gives me and products. I tell you what, talk about a healthy 39-year-old man. But anyways, if you're not trying the products, you should be trying the product also. Be a product of the product, gentlemen. Be a product of the product. You know, get out there, share that. But anyways, so from that get-go right there, as I'm getting my coffee going, my phone, I can hear that, right? I don't need to watch it. We don't need to sit on our butts to watch a video. I think in our mindset, sometimes we do that. Put that phone somewhere where you can hear it. I'm walking around, getting my coffee, making my sandwiches, listening to this live video, and I'm kind of mentally taking some key notes, some pointers at his. So if it's on about goals, right? Or if it's on about, let's say, visions. Let's say it's about the visions and, you know, something to that nature he's kind of touching about. Now, after that video, I'll go into my Google and I'll download, before I go to work, this is all within 15 minutes, I'll Google about 6 to 8 different quotes that incorporate that, right? because through my busy day, I know I'm not going to have time just to go on Google, look for a thing, an image that I want. So I get all that down on my phone, right? So I can utilize them all throughout the day with different pictures that I already have in my phone. So I'm not having to worry about, does that make sense, guys? And so I have all of that on my phone already. So at like 8 o'clock, if I got 2 minutes before a cement truck, I can jot that down, or I can put that post on with a picture. I got a greens in my mouth, you know what I mean? Smile with greens in my mouth and a bottle of water. And then I got a post on there of some things, some powerful words I can use. And so that's how I incorporate that through my busy day. Let alone I'm always sharing the product. I called Shannon the other day. How many guys did I have on speaker?
Oh, you had like 4 or 5 guys on speaker. He's like, honey, these guys are ready to, get some products coming. And then I'm going, through the catalog with them, suggesting things. And yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Listen, if you can imagine driving down the road and pulling up to a construction crew, and here's 4 gentlemen leaned over the front of the truck looking through an It Works catalog. I had them all sitting up there. You know why? Because they love the products. They love the energy they see from me. They love the positive influence that I'm being on them. Even in a construction field, I'm being a positive influence. Even when there's negative all around me, I'm being a positive influence on them. And to some of them, that blows their mind. It blows their mind, friends. When you can be positive in such a nasty world, you can do it, guys. You guys can do it. And so that's my kind of how and then, I always try to get one live video on. That's one tip that Bob gave. And Shannon and I challenged ourselves. For me, it's easier, right? With live videos.
Oh, live videos, yes. I'm kind of getting better, not really.
She is.
No, I am.
But, if I challenge you guys from here on out, if I catch base with you, challenge yourself. Go on live at least once a day. It does not have to be about something just on cue, on point. It can be something cute. It can be something
that
funny.
You've learned, or maybe about your kids, or whatever.
Just your life, right? Just life in general, because that's what people are attracted to. Is they're attracted to you. And when people are attracted to you, you can sell them, you can market them, you can give them anything that you want because they're attracted to the person that you are. Absolutely.
Exactly. Mine's a little bit different. I have a checklist that I kind of go through that I do every single day. I always start off with personal development, whether it's watching Bob Heilig, Tony Robbins, it's reading a book in the morning. I always read before bed too. I love that. I get a good chapter in at least, and I'm not a big reader, but ever since, this business, I really have been. So yeah, listening to an audio when you're in your car, that's huge. Eric Worre. I love Eric Worre, GoPro.
Do you guys like audios? We're big on audios. Yeah.
I drive a ton, so I listen to audibles like all day long. And when I go to the gym, I listen to audibles when I'm in the shower. Like, I'm a busy mom. I went back to work. I'm 40 hours a week. I've got kids in gymnastics, and so when I'm driving, when I'm in the shower, like when people tell me they don't have time to read, I'm like, do you not shower? Like, I don't have time to watch this training video. Oh, so you don't shower. Okay. You don't. Okay. Interesting.
Those are those moments that we're talking about. And good point. Those are those little moments, those 5 minutes, those 2-minute times where you can be listening to something, or you can be, commenting on some posts.
I just can't even imagine. Like, I've never missed an OTOM in my area. I've never missed a Zoom. I've never missed like anything. Like, I'm not kidding you guys. When I was at Chester's, I actually just put my 2 weeks in today, so I'm super excited, guys. I've been there for 10 years.
10 years.
10 years.
Way to go. Oh my God. Congrats.
I did my all to my business, and I'm going triple.
Because
I'm doing it.
Because we are going triple.
Yes. So wait, I want to time out a second. So we got 2 working couples, 6 kids. You work like, come on. Like, what is with people's excuses? Like, if you're on this and you've been making excuses, shut up, because they've got more than you and they're making it happen. Like I don't mean to be rude, but seriously, come on.
My excitement for this business is just like crazy. Like, okay, I'll give you an example. I'll go into work. I get a message on my phone. I have my phone in my apron. I run to the bathroom immediately. I'm voice messaging those people. Like, I don't It's just crazy. Like if there's a Sunday night call, I'm running outside. I'm having somebody watch my tables while I'm on that call. Like, guys, I make time for this business. Like, no excuses at all.
No excuses.
Like,
we're all in.
I'm driving, I'm pulling over, so I'm at least, whatever it takes. Like,
yeah, and like to be honest with yourself, guys, like, are you gonna sit there and keep? My favorite is like, I just don't think I'm gonna have the time, and money's so tight for us always, and I'm like, okay, so do you want it always to be tight for you? You're gonna work until you die. Then is that what everybody wants? Do you want to work until you die, or do you want to bust your ass for 3 to 5 years and not have to do that?
Right.
Like, come on, get with it.
Time. It's pretty amazing.
That's just it. It all be, what do you want? What do you want in life, guys? Here, if you're on here right now, let's make a pact here. All right. From here on out, right? From here on out, you draw that line in the sand tonight. You draw it right now. You guys draw the line in your sand, right? Here it is. Here it is. This is your moment in time. This is your time to do it. You choose right now on here. When you're done with this, you call Melissa, you call Tracy, you say, you know what? I've been so gosh darn inspired. Let's do this. You draw that line right now, folks. Right now. There's a reason that I'm on here speaking with you guys, putting this in you. And I tell you what, if you're part of our team, you call us on here. You know what? Even if you're not on my team, you call us and I'll still get that pass to you because I believe in you. Draw that line in the sand, guys. Don't continue to make your beautiful why your excuse. Don't keep making your beautiful why, your beautiful children. When you're making your why, when you're calling Melissa saying those excuses, when you're calling us saying those excuses, you're basically looking at your children and saying, you know what, I don't think it's worth it, Nope. Now you turn around right now and you look at that beautiful kid that you make, and now you would say that she's not worth it. Heck no, buck up, get through it, and realize your why should be passionate. And friends, if your why that you have written down doesn't bring a tear to your eye, it doesn't get goosebumps going down your veins because you just want better for your family, for your friends, whatever your why is, you better find a why that does. I'll tell you right now, because my why pushes me to the next level. Yep. My children remind me every day why I'm working so hard to get debt free, to help so many other darn people in this world, guys. Every day. My kids don't even know they do that. That's the beautiful thing, huh? They don't even know how much they inspire their Bail Papa. Yeah, they do. You guys inspire me. Guys, find inspiration in so many things. Sometimes we walk around our life. Humans are such nasty people sometimes. We walk around life. You know why? Because it's easier to be angry. It's easier to see the negative in everything than the positive. It's true. This has been proven. It's easier to frown than it is to smile. Proven point. Why is that? We have so many different blessings. Look around you. How many things can you count in your hand right now just by looking around your room that are blessing you have around you or that you're able to have? What about the roof over your head? What about the phones that we're using right now? Let's not forget that little part right there. That's not just magic. It didn't just appear, and start your day with that. Start your day with giving thanks about getting your head off the pillow, because ultimately your head doesn't have to wake up tomorrow. Believe me, I wish every one of your heads do and that, but we don't know when our timing is being called. Friends, when your time is in life. Draw that line in the sand here tonight. Draw that line with me. Draw that line with Tracy. Draw that line with Melissa. Decide what you're going to benefit out of this. What if your day is tomorrow that you're going to go see our Father? Are things good that you're going to look back on and you're going to be like, yeah, gosh, I had such an amazing impact on that guy right there. And look how he's sharing my memories. Think about that. We talked about this down at the men's retreat. What are you leaving behind? You leaving behind a legacy, or are you leaving behind a U-Haul? A U-Haul full of worthless stuff. And so many of us, I believe, have seen our grandpas, our grandmas, maybe even our fathers and mothers. And sometimes, guys, you can't wish. You got to act now.
Mm-hmm. Wish I finished with my list.
Very, very good, guys. Very good. It's getting close to 10 o'clock here. One last thing, Michael or Matthew. I noticed when you message people, you use voice to record.
I love it.
Does that help your business?
I tell you what.
Tremendously.
Shannon and I, we actually got asked, up at an OTOM, never, like I said, we didn't think we were anybody here. Somebody called us up. Hey, would you guys like to run
Our ambassador upline.
the
Follow-up table.
The follow-up table. Guys, I tell you what, like Tracy said, if you're not using Messenger voice, you should, because when people can hear your emotion and your passion, people can sense that.
Do you know how many people that have actually messaged me saying, I'm really not interested in your products, but you're so personable. I love it. And, they end up getting products from me or becoming a distributor just because, they can hear your excitement in your voice. I don't even send out regular messages. I send out voice messages all day long. And, I was super scared to do them at first because I hate my voice. When you hear your voice on a recording or something, you're like, ugh.
Get over that stuff. There's a lot of women in our group too where they're really, I'll sit them down, and the ones that sat down here and gotten over that fear, they're rock stars.
We literally had one of our girls, just love her to death. She sent Matt probably 30 practice messages until she got it down. And now that's all she does is send out voice messages. So if you got to do it that way, practice doing them if you're nervous about it. But voice messages are huge. Yep.
Cool. Thank you, guys. Shannon, I never met you in person. We love all you guys on here. Thank you much. We'll still be in touch. If anybody, Matthew, wants to do this, every man's a warrior. Can they get a hold of you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, you can release my contact information there. Share that with Melissa too. I would love to connect with Melissa too a little bit. We'd love to talk with Melissa a little bit.
Get a hold of Melissa too, you guys, if you want to get into this Bible study also. It's a really cool deal.
Yeah. So that's awesome.
Thank you for having us on.
Yes.
Well, thanks for agreeing to do it.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, and thanks, Melissa, again for letting us use your Zoom.
Yeah, of course.
We appreciate that.
It was perfect timing. Thanks for letting us be a part of it.
Well, I get so much. I just get intrigued, and just by everybody else on these Zooms, guys. I don't want people to think that we're the only ones on here giving inspiration. Man, I get inspiration from every one of you guys, and that's the way I hope every one of you guys are looking at it for. So, and everybody, you're very welcome for the time. Yeah.
All right, let's jump on this family call, and
yes.
Okay.
We'll be in touch, guys.
That sounds great.